Minutes after I stepped off the plane in Madrid, I was in the back of an ambulance. I didn't plan for this trip to nearly end before it even began. This is not a normal vlog. We're now in Madrid. We've been in Madrid for a few days and we've literally been hopping from hotel to hotel. We've only really managed to stay for about 2 days in each one because for some reason the price is quite high right now. So I'm not sure if something's happening in Madrid. I think there's like a music festival, some theatre thing. I'm not sure if something big is going on. No one really knows. Even most of the hotel don't know what's going on. Getting scalped on a lot of the prices. But this is the room today, boys. As you can see, it looks quite modern, kind of like a mix between modern and classical look. The view's not that great though, because there's some construction going on outside. You might be able to see like the scaffolding and stuff. Got the TV, got the cupboard, got a desk over here which I can use for my laptop. So we're going to get on later and see what the results are looking like. And see if we can make any progress or some plays. The second store's been going pretty well. Some of my ads have been taken down, so I'm going to have to deal with them. Posted some new ones last night, improved the results, but there's some foul play going on with the competitors right now, so I'll have to get that fixed. Although I do have another promising winner which is going a little bit more streamlined, so we'll see how that goes. Need to do a little bit more spend to get some data on that, but all in all going pretty good. Mostly just been ordering deliveries here in Madrid, not really been going anywhere. Was supposed to go home just 4 or 5 days ago, but unforeseen consequences has not seen that through. So we are still in Madrid for a while. We may have to go home on the train. Not really going to bother adding any more context to that, but things are going well and I still do enjoy Spain, so it's not really that big of a deal. So here we are, boys, got some Chinese. First time I've eaten Chinese takeaway probably in about 2 years, so let's see what we got here. Bit of fried rice, never hurt anyone. These pigeons are having an absolute rampage right now. I don't know if like there's one piece of bread that they're all scurrying to, but look at this. There's an absolute army of these guys. They're all fighting for like the same crumbs outside. They've literally got one crumb and they're all running to it. I don't know what they're doing. It's like an army of just like flocking together. This setup, pretty messy at the minute. We just literally got clothes and documents, watching some HS TikTok clips for a bit of fun. Got my laptop plugged in. This is the room over here, probably the messiest so far, but trying to get the work in. First store today, best campaign 113 profit, another one 58 profit, 40 profit and 25 profit. Overall 166 profit. That's the second store, low scale, but that's the one that's doing the best. Main store, only really one campaign actually doing well today, which is $90 for ROAS. So we are getting some good results. A lot of people said I've been quiet for a while. I've literally just woke up, so my hair is super messy. Apologies for that, guys. But you can see we are pulling some real results. A lot of people have been asking me why I've been off the map recently, why I've not posted any results in the school for the last week or two. Even though I've posted some new course content, I haven't posted any personal results for a while. So I just wanted to update you guys. We are still making results. We are getting some headway. I am actually still doing this. Unlike all these other fake gurus who just post more and more videos, when I'm actually focused, sometimes I'm literally just dropping off the map to focus on the actual stores. So I am running the stores and they're getting pretty decent. So that's the update today. Some things which are probably worth scaling. Some of those things that have done good for the past 1 or 2 days. So it's just the case of increasing stuff and seeing how it goes. So we shall see. So I had to be a little creative with the diet out here. Obviously we don't have microwave or cooking stuff. So I started eating pollo sandwiches, kind of cheap chicken and white bread sandwiches. I also got pretty addicted to these biscuits too. Cola Cow. Apparently that's some kind of hot chocolate mix, a little bit like Nesquik, but a Spanish brand. I didn't actually manage to try that mix. You might have seen it in some of my other Spanish trips and vlogs. Here's the haul from the shops today. Some Pringles, smoothie, chopped pineapple, cookies, eating some tin salmon, boys. Next hotel and room in Madrid, boys. Comfy little setup. This room is a little bit cheaper than the last one, but we've yet again moved another location. Got some DIY store outside. See all the action on the main road. Not really been keeping you updated much. Yesterday was like the first day I really documented anything here in Madrid, but the results are going well. I've actually turned off the ads for my main branded store for now, because it was like a little bit up and down, and I had too many campaigns which was just making it unprofitable. I only had like 1 winner or 2 winners, and they were at low scale because it's an agency account. So right now I'm only running my second store, which I've actually reopened, which I told you guys I was closing on YouTube. So I'm running 2 stores again, and I'm scaling up the second store, and I'm reviving my old main winner that those big figures were from, and it's starting to print again. So as long as I don't have another competitor abusing the system to take me down, seeing as my content's not ripped, hopefully it should be okay, even though it wasn't last time. someone got jealous and put me down. If we can stay up, hopefully we can start pulling a profit. So I've been posting the results inside my school community. You can check that out, link down below if you want to join it. All the strategies, what's working for me with this product, and the product research method. I'll be releasing that soon as well. Just arrived at the next hotel location, boys. Turns out this one is actually in the Madrid train station, which I had no clue about, but it's still very nice, as you can see. Pretty modern. I'm going to look away from those lights because they're strobing. I don't know why. I think it's something to do with my phone. I've seen it on a lot of videos where for some reason the lights just flicker and flash on the mobile. Maybe there's an option. Let me know if there's some kind of setting where I can fix that, because that's so annoying when I'm recording stuff traveling. Pretty spacious room actually, and I think this one was actually quite cheap, so no complaints here whatsoever. It's right next to the train station. There is some construction going on though. I don't know if you can see some guys over here doing construction. I don't know if I can zoom in a little bit. There is some construction going on, and there is some going on downstairs as well. And then here I think is like an entrance to the station or something down here. I don't know. I think there's some shops in the train station too, and there is a Burger King. I haven't eaten a Burger King in probably a good like 6 months, 7 months. I ate there in Malaga, but you can see around the city it's mainly just kind of like high-rise apartments around here. There is like a football court down there as well, so some pretty cool stuff. You can definitely see the skyline. Doesn't do it justice though from the room, because I can't really show it through the cracks. It's a little bit easier through the eyes. Yesterday we had some pretty good profit. It was like around 200. Currently paused the main store because it was like the main store was minus 200, then the second store was plus 200, so it's just balancing out. So I just paused the main store for now because I was running 2 new product tests and validation campaigns. Now it's just the second store running. So we did 200 profit yesterday, and the day before we did around 120, which is quite a small scale. And currently some of the campaigns which are making us make a little bit of an overall loss, which is putting the profits down a bit, I'm split testing some offers with those right now. So if I can A/B test the offers, find one that works really well, and do that for each of like the other 3 or 4 products, get those profitable as well, scale those up as well, we should be hopefully in good profit. Because my goal is to try and get to like 250 profit, which should be pretty easy in the next few days, if not today, when everything stabilizes, as long as it stays good today. And then maybe try and get to 500. I think it'll be a bit harder to get back up to 1k profit a day, because that's like quite high scale, because the peak I was doing was like 3k profit like this time last year per day, but that's like crazy scale. That was like 10 to 11k in revenue, so it's going to be hard to get back up to. But if I could just do like 500 consistently on that store, that'd be quite nice, and then pull back up the main store, unpause that, which is the branded store, and focus more on trying to grow that. So that'd be pretty nice. We'll check the profit and losses later. It's still early doors. It's like just after midday right now. The store's going pretty slow. It seems to pick up like mid to late afternoon and evening for some reason, so we'll check in on that later. This is just a little bit more of a tour of outside the hotel. So this is Madrid Chamartin, which is the second largest train station. There's also Madrid Atocha, which is the main central station, which obviously has more traffic. Now, when I did eventually leave Madrid, which is later, that'll obviously probably be in another series, we did actually take this station where we're staying right now, but we'd actually moved by that point, so we had to travel a little bit to come back here. But this station is pretty big, and there's a lot more heads moving through here than you'd realize, and it's very busy. Now, you probably saw the intro. This is another day. So basically after the health scare, I went in and did quite a lot of different tests on different parts of the body, and I went to a private hospital, and the staff were honestly incredible. The service was super quick. You definitely get what you pay for in Spain. Now, I'm used to the NHS, which are obviously also great, amazing people, but unfortunately the services have gone so slow in the UK. Basically I had an endoscopy which explores the stomach, and that's what those results are, which I've blurred a little bit. So yesterday I went to the hospital. I basically had a procedure which is called an endoscopy, because I've been experiencing some symptoms for quite a while, in fact quite a few years, and basically they found something called a hernia. So everyone knows what a hernia is, right? For an example, if you have a hernia around your abdominals, maybe it's like a little bit of your organ pushing through around your belly button, and you have like a lump. It's not typically dangerous, but the one which I have is what's called a hiatal hernia. So part of the stomach actually pushes up into the chest area and creates some pretty ghastly and horrible symptoms, right? So kind of like bubbling in the chest pain, affects the breathing a little bit, and potentially might be the cause for this heart rate problem I was experiencing for the past few years, intermittently in certain different occasions. So now that I've actually found that, I'm hoping I can actually get that fixed and get some relief from these symptoms. So it's actually made me quite excited and really positive. So even though I've been stuck in Madrid for some extra time than I thought I would have to be, that is kind of the silver lining, that I may have found an explanation for some of the things which I was dealing with, which I don't think I've really mentioned yet before, but I thought I'd just include it as a raw clip. As for the results the past few days, they've kind of gone downhill. I don't know why. We're on the exact same budgets, yet the performance was just terrible. We're in like minus $40. Campaigns were just burning money. I thought it was just a weekend thing, or maybe Meta just poorly optimizing, or like a platform glitch, so I left it on the same budget for a few days. Still lasted for like 3 days, poor performance, so I scaled back some budgets and they've stabilized a little bit and started to perform better, but the profit is just like not there still. Even though it's in profit, it's still a lower ROAS, so I might descale a little bit more tonight, or maybe coast on this and see if I get a better ROAS as it stabilizes. But even though Meta's a fairly stable platform, it just goes to show that things can always go up and down. So we had some really good profit days, a few 1k revenue days as well, like a couple, but things are up and down. So these are today's metrics: 2 ROAS on one, 2.31 on the other, which is okay. Profit for those campaigns, $40, $30. This one's like only $267, really low profit on that. These campaigns are going okay again. They were like 200 and 100 profit before, so it's a drastic difference, and I've only scaled one back by like $50 spend, so I'm hoping they can correct. We're also only $20 up and it's like 7 p.m, so things aren't really going that great, but I'm hoping to rebalance things out. Also, I hit the account spend limit on my agency account for my main branded store. Like I told you a few days ago, I just decided not to update the balance on it, so I'm not running my main store, I'm just running the second one right now, which has been better. I've been making less of a loss. But what's actually really cool is, I'm not going to show you the screen, but I've actually finally got an account with a credit card on it. So one of the structures that I bought, one of the profiles you get, you typically don't usually use them, you use like an agency account, but I've managed to use one of those profiles in one of the structures I bought and put my own credit card on it. So now I could actually technically scale things much easier if I find traction with something. So I put like the only winning product or semi-winner I had on my main branded store's agency account that I showed you is currently disabled while I haven't topped it up. I took the winner from that and the winning ad from that and I put it on this other profile with the credit card on, and day one it's got like 4 or 5 add to carts, nearly a 6% CTR, and one initiated checkout with like around $11 spend. So the day one of the validation is performing well. That's only on $20 a day, so I'm thinking that should optimize fairly quickly and start to get some sales and hopefully be in profit, and see if I can just scale up with the credit card. Pretty positive about that. So always a silver lining with things. I'm just trying not to burn as much money right now, because since I am probably going to be in Madrid for the foreseeable time, it's going to cost me a lot of money to spend on hotels, and since I'm not printing as much money as I was last year, I'm just going to have to get that second store to rebalance a bit and then go back up to those profit levels we had a few days ago, because $200 or $300 a day profit is still great for me, and then see if we can scale up even more. So we need to get the campaign stabilized a bit better, maybe get this ad account with the credit card going. If we start to get sales, scale that up, just getting better profit, because this hernia I described that they found at the hospital, I may need to get some kind of surgical intervention for that, and it may be easier to do that in Spain instead of going back to the UK, right? So that might mean I might be here for another few weeks in Spain, so that also costs money as well. I'm gonna have to save money, right? Even though I made a crazy amount of money last year, all of these things like healthcare, travel, reinvesting back into the ads, they all cost a lot of money, so I've lost a lot of the original savings. But we've also had some really good days in profit that I've showed you too, so we are still doing it. But this current week we've had some of the biggest profit days on that second store in a while, but we've also had them like going up and down a little bit, so there's been some big ups and some small downs right now, but once we get through it, I think we're just going to be printing again. But most of these gurus, they don't show you the daily results, they don't show you like what they're actually doing, they're just trying to sell you some crappy course. I just want to like show you the raw stuff of what actually happens behind the scenes for people who actually do it, right? I also had a really good branded product I was working on that agency account, but since it's turned off, that's also not running right now, so I might transfer that onto the credit card account when I've built up a bit more spend and trust on the account. But I was in the process of creative testing on that because I found a good angle which caught a little bit, but I need to make more creative and test other angles for that. But that was a really high profit product, right? So we'll just see how things go. This is yet again the view of Madrid in the daytime. It's got these really weird shutters that you can like close with like your foot on this like windy thing. This is a club down here as well that was super active last night. I didn't personally go down, but there's tons of people. Some like weird open area here in this corner as well. I don't know what's in there. And then below there, this is where like the taxis come and drop off, and there's like a Burger King down here. I'm on like a really high level right now. Then you have loads of like high-rise buildings and stuff around here. So you've got a pretty good view of Madrid up here as well. And this is just like the train station. Then there's also loads of people walking down here as well. I think there's like a restaurant down here. There's a lot of people going in here, so it must be good. What's up, boys? So I've been kind of sporadic in terms of doing these updates in between, but you may have noticed that last time I mentioned that the performance of those campaigns for that second store were like really iffy for like the past 2 or 3 days. They've started to kind of correct themselves a little bit now. I don't know if it's because I just topped up the ad account. It is a manual top up agency account, topped up with like 2 or 3k, so maybe it's just suddenly recognized me again on the system. I don't know if it was a glitch, but as you can see today, suddenly the 2 campaigns that were doing decent before are now back in profit for no reason. So we have 140, 155, 118, and then the ROAS has just suddenly gone up to 3.4, 3.1. Then there's another one which is like 1.76, that's not in profit. So suddenly it's just randomly gone back up in profit again, which is kind of cool. But I'm not going to scale up the budgets now. As you can see, my hair is super messy. I need to get a haircut, honestly. I've not had a haircut in like a month. Because of the medical procedure which I actually had in Spain as well, I've noticed I am actually losing my voice a little bit more recently the past few days. Basically what I had was what's called a bronchoscopy and then an endoscopy. They're very similar procedures. There's basically like a camera goes down your throat to look into your airway and then look into your stomach. Anyway, I can't remember if I did a clip talking about it, but the stomach one is the one where they actually found something, that they diagnosed something. But the airway one I just did because I wasn't sure what was going on with some certain health symptoms I was experiencing. Anyway, the bronchoscopy, I think they might have scratched like my vocal cords or something when going down. I'm hoping that won't be a permanent thing and hopefully like it's just a bit of inflammation. Otherwise that might affect like doing content and talking, which will be a real pain in the butt. It's not terrible. It's not at the point where I'm sounding like RFK, but it is a little bit irritating, so hopefully that'll improve with time. But yeah, results going decent. Also do check out the link down below for the school community if you're interested in like updates and stuff. I've had a lot of people DMing me recently on like Instagram and in the actual school, asking me if I was interested in doing like a mentorship, because I've been kind of helping people for completely free in the DMs, giving them advice on like the website and funnel and stuff. Obviously with like so much going on, I haven't really ever been bothered to do one, but I'm considering maybe helping like less than 5 people, maybe just as like a small thing so it doesn't take too much away from my time when I'm like running my own stores and doing like the content. So if that's something you're interested in, do let me know below, because that's something I'm genuinely actually considering doing. I think it might be helpful for some people. One thing you always want to do, it doesn't matter what kind of levels you've been at, is you always want to be open to actually learning. So one thing I always do is I'm always learning or watching courses. Right now I'm watching the free Evolve 0 to 100k masterclass. Super useful if you want to learn more about creatives. Something which I've been getting into more recently, especially on the branded store, which is on pause right now, but there was like a really good product I've been running on there that I was making custom creatives for. So it's super important you learn about this stuff instead of just copy and pasting, because that can only get you so far. Been absolutely hailing outside, boys. It's finished now. Literally didn't even get to record the clip in time. It's literally hailed for about 10 seconds. If you see on the ground right there, super wet. Before it started absolutely chucking it down, the raindrops were about 10 millimeters. It was absolutely massive. You might be able to see down here, but this place is absolutely chucking it down. I feel sorry for these construction workers that are working on this roof, so I think they're redoing this train station at the minute, doing a bit of reconstruction. Gloomy day in Madrid today, boys. This is only the first one, but if you look right in, you can see some people are actually playing on the football pitch still. Those boys are getting absolutely drenched. I don't know if you could hear that. Oh, there's a guy with an umbrella there in the distance. Let's see. Don't know if you heard that, but that was thunder as well, so I'm glad I'm not outside now. It's starting again, boys. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's absolutely torrential. It literally just keeps flicking in and out. You might even be able to hear the noise. It'll probably stop in like 30 seconds, but it's on and off. Got some snacks as well, been running low. Got some donuts, they're not for me. Got some Pringles, raisins, some Kinder chocolate, some greedy. I did eat some tin mackerel and some tin salmon earlier, so we're not just eating junk, but tomorrow the diet will be better because we'll have a supermarket a little bit closer, so that'll be good. Let's see what the profit's looking like on store number 2. Right now, main campaign's 186 up, that's great. One's $2 in profit, but at least it's not making a loss. And then the second one, which was going good, is still not stabilized yet, that's still minus 40. So a few ones making us a bit of a loss, but we're still 136 up overall. So hopefully by tonight I'm hoping for it to just stay around that figure or maybe go up to around 200. So we moved hotel again and we had a supermarket right next door, like a 1-minute walk. I think it was called Mercado. Anyway, I found this amazing Dubai chocolate, which is a little bit different. I think it has like matcha green chocolate and then the kanafa pistachio filling inside. It was honestly divine. Just found this Dubai chocolate at the shop the other day. It's a little bit different to the other ones I've been seeing. The chocolate's like green, so I don't know if the chocolate's pistachio flavoured as well as the filling, but let's check this out. See what's inside. Looks like quite a premium packaging. See the final reveal. Definitely smells of pistachio. Look at that. That's the filling inside. Tastes like the other Dubai chocolate I've tried. Quite nice. Also, these cute little cats just spawned out of nowhere and they've just been laying together for like the last 30 minutes. Cats literally just keep spawning in like it's Gary's mod or something. Madrid at night time, boys. University Hospital. This is the new hotel room, boys. What we're saying. If you've seen one of the old Madrid videos, you'll know that we've already been here before. Back at the same place. Not going to tell you. If you know, you know. This is a lot bigger than the last room, though. There's one single bed, 2 doubles. I think we just got a twin bed. So there's like some queen bed and another single, which is pretty sick. Desk area is nice. Got a little snack bar with some drinks in. I never really eat anything or buy anything from the snack bar anymore. I used to be an absolute demon, especially when I used to go to Turkey. I used to just graze on everything in the snack bar, but super expensive. I'd rather just buy stuff from the shop. Massive TV. The annoying thing I think is the fact that they always put the TV above the desk. So if there's 2 people in the room and you want to go on your laptop and work, the other person wants to watch TV, you get absolutely deafened, which is really annoying. These beds look super comfy. I remember them being quite comfy before. I might have to claim this one. Bit selfish, but we'll have to see. Got some lights. Overall, pretty nice looking room, boys. In terms of the view, technically got a street view out here because we asked for a street view. It's not the main road, but it's something to look at. Back on the whole pistachio craze here, at the bakery at Carrefour, which is the main big supermarket here in Spain, these pistachio muffins are absolutely divine. I tried half of these like on one of the last trips. I've only tried them once, but just look how inviting they are. Also, I saw another one of these Dubai chocolate versions in Carrefour too. I feel like at this point the whole Dubai chocolate craze is kind of getting a little bit exhausting and tiring. Now they're releasing things like Dubai chocolate cookies and Dubai chocolate muffins and all these weird variants. I feel like we're finally exiting the Dubai chocolate bubble. I really enjoy the taste of it, but it's definitely been dragged on and overdone. Look how many pigeons are here, man. It's because there's just like literally like a French stick there. They've put like a French stick there and all the pigeons just eating it. There's about 1 million of them. So this is one of my mum's favourite stores. It's called Flying Tiger. I think it's from the Norse regions. I saw one in Vienna. They've actually got quite a kind of clean IKEA interior vibe to them. I'm honestly kind of jealous on some of the variants of ice creams they've got in Spain. These Dracula ones look super inviting. And then these are kind of just like feet, which is weird. And I've definitely got to try these Maxi Bombs. Talking about these newies, I did actually try them recently in England and they're actually super good. And these Bueno ones look quite nice too. I don't think we have these in the UK. The rain is absolutely sensational outside, as you can see down by the Dia supermarket. There's storming, there's thunder again, completely different location. If we zoom in, just look at that. Look how much rain is here. It's been sunny days the past few weeks in Madrid, but when there's sunshine there's always rain. It's always followed by rain. I feel sorry for all these people waiting at the bus stop, waiting for the bus, bless them. Look how much rain's going on here. But luckily for them, there's about 100 buses every minute here, so I don't think anyone's going to be outside for too long. But yeah, absolutely crazy right now. Now, I've blurred these people's faces, obviously for their privacy and out of respect, because I don't want to obviously invade people's privacy, so you won't obviously be able to see their faces. They've been completely censored. But one sad thing that I did see in Madrid is I did notice quite a few people actually rummaging for food out of the garbage bins, especially outside of this Dia where we're staying nearby. I guess maybe the leftover food from the day that they're going to bin, people just kind of come and collect them from the bins. I don't know if it's like fresh food. They're probably still in the wrappers, stuff that they don't sell, so maybe it might not be in too bad of conditions. But I noticed that it wasn't just homeless people or people that had problems with addictions who were coming to collect this food from the bins. There were obviously some young people too, like this young couple that were just eating from the bins. So I don't know if this is because there's some kind of economic problem, maybe normal people don't have enough money to afford food and they're resorting to this because it's fairly clean and it's packaged from the current day, or if it is just homeless people. These people just looked ordinary. Perhaps it's this problem with obviously affording food, but I did find that quite sad. So maybe someone who knows more about it can tell me in the comments below, but hopefully Madrid do something about this. And this is the main key reason why I made sure to donate food to people outside shops and homeless people during this trip, just because of seeing this quite frequently. Yet again, not just the Dubai chocolate, they're also kind of overkilling it with the whole pistachio stuff too. This Balcony company makes the most amazing tiramisu, which I've not had in years, but they've released these mini rolls, pistachio mini rolls, which I thought just looked amazing too. And then I also noticed these Saka cakes. I'm not sure if they're Saka muffins or pancakes, but they remind me of the Austrian Saka cake or the Saka torta, which is a popular chocolate cake in Vienna. Also boys, so I haven't really done anything with this for the last 1 to 2 weeks. I've kind of been in limbo here. You can see my beard and my hair have grown super long, so I'm gonna have to get a haircut tomorrow. Basically, I've been in this hotel for like 1 or 2 months, and I'm thinking about maybe heading home slowly by either Monday or Wednesday, so in a few days. And due to some of the issues obviously that have arisen and ones that you've seen during this video, I'll most likely be having a train journey. So that'll be a little bit easier because it's going to break up the journey. I'm going to be on the ground. They're going to be small trips, like 30 minutes, 1 hour, 45 minutes to break up the journey. And I'm going to slowly go from Madrid to England. So it's going to go through cities like San Sebastian, it's going to go like through to Bordeaux in France, then I'm going to have to take the Eurotunnel. So I think it would be much better if I actually do like an actual video or a vlog showing the whole journey, because it'll actually be quite incredible seeing like all the sites and doing like an intercontinental, or I guess intra-country journey, and showing like all the sites and villages and city and like the kind of experience getting home. So I'm not going to include that in this. This was supposed to be more of like a business or travel kind of vlog or update, which is going to be funny because I haven't put anything up for like 2 months on the channel. So when this drops, people are going to be like, oh, that's why. I also said I might be having a surgery for this stomach hernia. I'm thinking about potentially delaying that and maybe going back to the UK, because the current update on that was there's some negatives of actually having it done. So just repairing the hernia itself is not something which they typically do much anymore, because the gold standard is basically repairing the hernia but then wrapping the top of the stomach around the esophagus to secure it so it doesn't happen again. The only downside about this is sometimes it can give extra complications like trouble swallowing, problems where you can't like pass gas through burping, so like burping gas, not the other type of gas, and like pressure and food getting stuck and problems swallowing, etc., which I think I already mentioned. So those are complications which are similar to my symptoms, so having that done means that it's probably not even improving anything, so that's the risk. So there doesn't really seem like any guaranteed upside. Plus they're not 100% sure if the small hernia is the be-all end-all and cause of the symptoms, so it might not really be the best idea to have it done. Plus they don't want to just repair the hernia, they want to do the stomach wrap, which I don't want to do, so the recovery time would be even longer, like 4 to 6 weeks, and then obviously being on a special diet, doing it all here in Spain, just not really very feasible. Then going back on the train, lifting suitcases, potentially aggravating the recovery site and the hernia, maybe making complications again, so it just doesn't seem very feasible. And even if you just repair the hernia, you also have problems too. Food might not go down properly because like you're sewing like the diaphragmatic opening, so the opening where the food pipe goes through the diaphragm, you're kind of closing that a little bit so the stomach doesn't push up through there. If they close it too tightly, then swallowing and eating becomes an issue too, so that's just generally a bit of a complication. So I'm thinking about holding it off, although the wait time's like 6 to 7 plus months, up to like nearly 2 years with the NHS, which is also terrible. But some of the upsides of doing all of the studies here in Spain is it's been really quick healthcare. Within like 1 to 2 months, I've moved forward with everything. I had a B12 deficiency last year. I wasn't sure what the cause was, so I tested for everything like celiac disease, any absorption issues, and also anything genetic and things in the blood. I don't have pernicious anemia, which is basically body attacking the stomach cells where you can't absorb B12, so I don't have that, which is good. I also don't have celiac, so it's also a mystery why I was low in B12 to begin with, so I'm going to obviously modify my diet and try and fix that. But I have found out information about that, which has been beneficial. I've done blood tests for all the markers, basically just generally being good for health and figuring out like where certain symptoms are coming from, finding out I don't have certain things. A lot of things can be improved by diet, so I was also like deficient in something called folic acid, so I've started taking like fortified stuff for that. So there's a lot of good things that come out of being here in Spain and doing these tests. The surgery just doesn't seem really feasible to do. It doesn't really seem like there's any guaranteed benefit or upside for the risk, and it might just make things worse. So I'm going to go down back to the UK, dwell on it, get on the waiting list, probably have to wait forever because the UK healthcare is not very good. Unfortunately, they said I might need to do those investigatory procedures again, like the stomach camera and stuff like that, to actually assess the symptoms, because the UK don't really seem to want to trust or take the Spanish healthcare's procedures and test results on for some reason. But that's all the updates, so I don't know if there's going to be any more updates after this, but this is probably going to be closing out this kind of chapter of the journey. And then I think I'm going to do like a travel vlog or some kind of sequence on the way home, showing like the whole journey, being stuck in Spain, going home back to the UK. I think it should be a pretty cool adventure, and I think it'll be a really great upload. It's obviously not based around business, which is what I usually do, business, ecom, dropshipping, stuff like that, but this started as a travel and a business channel, so that'll be really interesting stuff. So I'm going to keep that updated. I think tomorrow I'm going to get a haircut because I'm starting to look quite homeless right now, which is pretty tragic. So I'm going to get that sorted. Try and like buy loads of snacks and food from Spain, like as a souvenir, because there's some really nice stuff I've been getting used to here, and bring it back. And we've been like 2 months in Spain, so this is going to be interesting. I mean, I would personally live here. If I wasn't dealing with these symptoms right now, I would probably live here alone, but once I get these stuff dealt with, maybe I can in the future. But it's been a fun little trial being here for a long time, and I'll probably be back through maybe either to Madrid or Malaga in the coming weeks or months once I get stuff sorted and get back in the groove with the stuff. So what I've been doing today though, just been watching a CoffeeZilla video right now. Got a little setup over here, got my laptop and everything. Been eating like tin sweet corn, mackerel, been eating these like 4 or 5 bars, and these like stracciatella Greek yogurt with chocolate in, so we've been eating well. Business is going pretty good. Had a bad day or two yesterday because I had some ads taken down, which was pretty annoying. But today we're on, let me see, 3.78 ROAS. 3.78 ROAS on the second store, so that's 3 sales today. Campaign number 2 is performing badly, it's 1.56, that's got 2 sales. We're 45 up right now. So later, I'm hoping we're going to end the day on like 150, 200 profit. I haven't really been scaling stuff up. I am using an agency account, but when I get home, hopefully I'll scale everything up and we'll get back up to like 2-3k days or something. Making some progress with the brand. I do have a credit card account right now. I've been like doing a low spend on it, building up some trust on the account. Things should go pretty well with that too, so I'll keep it updated. What a difference a haircut can make, boys. Looking a lot less homeless. Make sure to sub. You don't want to miss out on the next video. It's going to be the start of a series where I documented my journey going from Madrid all the way home back to England, over 1,000 miles, just by taking trains and boats. No flights. It's going to be a crazy journey. I'm going to upload it episode by episode, so you don't want to miss out on that.